Welcome back to another episode of the True North Weddings podcast. If you're tuning in with us here today, we just want you to know how much we appreciate the listen. I have Desi here with me today. I always love having a buddy in the studio. And we are going to be talking about a new year, new us launch that we rolled out for 2026. And we have been quietly working on this behind the scenes. We have been quietly, or maybe not so quietly, sharing it on social media and at the Duluth Wedding Show recently. But we want to talk in depth today about our new package.
Yeah.
The True North Weddings signature package. This is kind of a bold move.
Very bold.
We are going from having multiple package offerings to one amazing package that we believe in so wholeheartedly that we're willing to stand up and say, like, this is it. This is what we want to do. This is what we think you need. This is where we shine. And so we're going to, in this episode, dive into what is included in this new True North Weddings signature package and how it came to be, and kind of look behind the hood on how we figure out what our clients need, what couples truly need in their wedding planning. So that's the topic of today's episode. If you're interested in hearing what really goes into developing a package and what you need, or if you're a wedding vendor, kind of how to reevaluate what you're offering your clients, then this is a great episode to listen to. So thanks for joining us, and let's jump into the episode. Welcome to True North Weddings, the podcast that helps you navigate an authentic path to your wedding day. I'm your host, Mariah McKechnie, and I'm excited to be your guide in finding your true north along the journey of wedding planning. Over the past 15 years, I've collected a wealth of wisdom and experience working with couples to not only plan an incredible wedding day, but also enjoy the process throughout the journey. I'm thrilled to have this podcast to share this knowledge with you. And on the pod, I'll feature love stories, interview wedding professionals, and give you my honest, unfiltered advice on how to follow your true north straight to the altar and enjoy every last minute of the party. So get ready for bold, beautiful, and inspiring real talk about real weddings and real challenges. Promise me you'll bring an open mind and heart as you listen. Your True North Wedding is just ahead. Let's go. Well, Desi, I'm excited to chat with you today about the new offer.
I'm excited too. Makes me happy.
We were in a meeting. We were in a planning meeting that we have weekly, and I sort of got hit by a little bit of a bolt of lightning. Desi saw it happen from across the desk from me. As we were just talking about the past year, we were talking about our previous season, what did it look like? What were people booking? Where were we seeing our most enrichment? We were really feeling like our most successful, fully embodied client experiences. We're unpacking.
Yeah, ultimately. And we were kind of just taking down what we wanted more of in this next season and of wedding planning. And there was just a moment of silence. And then you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, we were starting that manifesting process of what do we want to do more of, like you said, and where do we really feel fully aligned with what we're delivering? And it hit me that we know what our best delivery is. We really do. Like, we know as planners and as a company, when we have provided the absolute best all-around experience for our clients who are planning a wedding. Yeah.
And what goes into that. We also know when we feel like, oh, I wish we had been involved earlier. I wish we'd have had more of this role or been able to guide them through more of the process. And I wish that, we just had the right amount of access with the client and them with us. And then that really just came down to, why do we have multiple packages?
Yeah. Why are we involving ourselves so late in this journey when a lot of it happens before the wedding day itself and where the guidance is needed before those last few months.
What it really comes down to, so as I talk about the new True North Wedding Signature Package, is that we are making a bold statement and a bold move to move away from offering what is considered a day of coordination. In our previous package, our day of coordination package, we called it the Lift Bridge. It was popular. We did do quite a few of them. That was where we didn't really get involved until about 45 days out from the wedding. Most of the decisions had been made. We were successful, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that's a bottom line. We're always successful, but we lack the fulfillment on our end. And this is a mutual, we're delivering on these wedding days because this is our passion. This is what we love. But getting involved at that point in the process, we're just lacking that connection.
There's a lot of connections that are missed at that point because a lot of the decisions are made, and us coming in so late in the game, we're having to fill a lot of holes, and they may not all get filled by the wedding day, which presents a new challenge for us and also goes back to the fulfillment, to making sure that the full experience is had at that point.
And then we looked at the other end because we were sort of a 3-package model. We had, large, medium, and small. On the large package scales, which we called the Lake Superior package, we really felt like, a client can hire us to do more. But our best outcomes have always been when we have co-engagement. Like, we're as involved as they are. We're driving the ship together. And the couples that want that involvement are our ideal clients. Yeah. That's where the most joy and satisfaction comes from. Because again, when we're there at 2 a.m. after your wedding, like, know that we're doing it for you. Yeah. Like, that is the driving force. And so we need to have developed the relationship that carries us through year over year, for me, over 15 years of doing this, to say this was like the right pairing. And I always think in any vendor, like, you want relationship. That's what you're hiring. Product and service delivery, of course, that has to be top notch. But if you can add relationship to it, that's just,
it makes it
better
so much better. It makes the day so much better because you feel like you're included, and also in the wedding day itself. Obviously you are, but you feel like you're also a guest, but you're working because they're just as excited as you are to have you there. Yeah. So we had a package in that middle road called the Northland package, and that's probably the most similar to what we're modeling the signature experience after, but we're even enhancing that and taking that kind of the best and highlights. And so we looked through all of it and went, if we could choose all of the elements that are needed, that are the most helpful, that allow us to be the best guides, to allow us to show up in our best, most useful, highest value, and that give the client the most value, it's what we chose to put into our signature experience. And it felt so good. Yeah. I just remember when we just started brainstorming it that day, this sense of like alignment. I'm getting like the feels right now. Like, I'm sitting in the chair talking about it, and I'm like, I feel it in my body. Like, it just felt aligned. And that's my word for 2026 is alignment, because wedding planning should feel aligned. You should feel like what you're choosing, what you're spending money on is aligning with you, your values, your as a couple, what you believe in, what you want your guests to experience. When you have alignment, everything falls naturally into place. Like, definitely. It doesn't even feel like work. It's such a joy. And so why wouldn't we follow that? So we did. We just went for it. And what's the best that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? We decided, you know what? We believe in this. And so we want to put it out there. So we're officially announcing it's on our website. We've been, having these conversations in sales with clients. We are moving forward on a one package model. If you want True North Weddings and you believe that we are fully aligned for your wedding day, it's
that's the decision. It's not over, well, which package should I choose? Because that became a lot of our conversation. We were not focused on getting to know the client. We were focused on
selling, ultimately.
Yes, selling. Do you need us 45 days out? Do you need us how many months out? That just wasn't the essence.
Yeah.
So now it's like, are we a match as a company, as a team, as an individual for you, as a couple, and your families? Because if we are, this is what we want to offer you. This is what we sell. And I just, it feels like the right thing at the right time for where we are in our history too. Although we are new as a brand, True North Weddings, I and my team have been at this for 15 years. So I've seen a lot. I've experienced a lot. And I feel so confident that this is the next chapter for us.
Absolutely.
So Desi, she was bearing with me as I was having this revelation. But I think it really lit you up, or I know it lit you up too.
It did, because I think my favorite part about planning and helping people with their weddings is the connections that I build with the couples and their families and the people closest to them. And as a day of coordinator, that's bulk of the job, but also a lot of that experience comes beforehand, and getting to meet the couples for the first time in person, the rehearsal day. Like, I want to meet you beforehand. I want to know all the ins and outs about your relationship and your family, and meet everyone, and getting that connection to understand why you're making decisions you're making for your wedding is what I'm here for, and to help you guide those by what I know about what works with weddings, the vendors, the venues in the community. That's what I'm here for ultimately, and the rest of our team is here for.
And we don't want our clients to have to pick and choose what they can and cannot have. We want them to have decided it's us, and that ultimately the budget can support the fee for our package. And yes, that is more expensive. It just is. But it's such high value that I truly believe we can make the case that, age-old saying, but you will make up that expense in all the other areas of the wedding. And I know this. I see this. I coach people every day to say, you don't need that. Like, skip that, get this. Don't spend on this, spend on this. So I feel that there is absolute alignment too with, like, if you fully believe it, I promise you it's worth it, and that will come back in spades. And so that's like, I wanted to just sort of take the financial piece like somewhat out of the equation from deciding which package to just say, like, this is the investment and this is what you're going to get for it. And out of that, like, it's like going to be so much more. Yeah. And the fun part is finding out, like, what are the great deals we're going to get along the way, or what are the ahas we're going to have, so that you just feel the value the whole time. Yeah. And I don't want anyone to say, oh, I really wish I'd had them earlier in the process, or I wish, that I just, looking back, I want it to just be like, it wasn't really choosing between, it was choosing us.
Yeah. And all before, with the old system, even though there was 3 different packages, we did, and each client got the same experience ultimately. In a sense, it felt like if they're this package, or this package, there's a different level of experience, and that takes away that. So every client is getting that same experience where they feel supported and guided throughout, and that they don't think that they're going to get a different level based on the selling point.
Yeah, I want everyone to know that they're getting the best of us across the board in all of the time they spend with us. So now's a good chance to kind of dive into what did we choose to include in that package? What did we decide was non-negotiable and so important that we were willing to go all in on this offer?
Ultimately, the one word that I have to describe the package is a partnership. It's a partnership between me and our other planners and the client, where this is your wedding. At the end of the day, you get to make all the decisions, but I'm going to guide you to make the best decisions for your wedding. So with that being said, it's a partnership. Our team is going to be there with you through every step of the journey. From the moment you book, you'll have unlimited access to me or to your assigned planner. The timing of that kind of varies on when you book with us. If you are booking less than a year out, your planner will be signed ultimately right away. If it's greater than a year out, then you'll get to hang out and chat with me until we reach that 1 year mark, when your planner will then be assigned to you. And we'll have monthly check-ins, email, in person, virtual, just kind of dependent on what's needed in the planning process. We'll kind of help guide your budget and understand your priorities, your vision, what matters most. We'll make vendor referrals based on that budget and your priorities. We will do a design session where we kind of take all the inspiration that you found on Pinterest, previous weddings, social media, wherever, and build you a Canva lookbook that goes through every stage of the wedding day, from bridesmaids' dresses to florals to accent decor for your social hour. So then you have a clear vision on what your wedding day is going to look like.
Huge.
Yes. And
just interjecting quickly there, because that's a piece that people would opt out of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that we felt was that was a struggle, because how it physically looks, or how we agree that it's going to look, is a huge part of the day. And so, if we don't have that design session or design experience, we're kind of feeling like, I think we're on the same page. So including design as a non-negotiable just felt like really critical for us.
And you can already have your whole wedding day vision there, and you may want to lead that. We will just put that together so that it's cohesive, and we can point you in the right direction of what vendors or resources can make that wedding day vision happen. So we're just, helping create that vision and make it come to life ultimately. And then another part of the package that you get is we will have some meetings closer to your wedding day, where we'll finalize everything, finalize that timeline, finalize that layout. We'll take over vendor communication. So that's something that you don't have to worry about, and kind of take over communicating with your vendors on their arrival times, what they need from us, and set those meetings in stone. And then
Site visits,
absolutely.
We don't want to have to decide whether we can go with you to visit a venue, maybe that we've never been to. Like, we want to build into our time that we can go and visit the site at least one time, if not more. We want our planners to have that capacity to walk the site with you, or go on your behalf, or whatever is needed there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, we do have quite a few clients in the past that aren't from the area and book a venue without even getting to see it in person.
A lot.
And so being able to be that guide, to be there for them and send those pictures and build that vision is truly helpful. Another aspect, I'm blanking.
Well, you're kind of heading into the wedding day.
Yeah.
So,
and the rehearsal, we will help you guide your rehearsal. Your lead planner will be there, gather up all those important people you have there, and we'll walk through what your ceremony will look like, make adjustments on the fly. Sometimes you make your processional lineup and you hate the way everyone looks standing up there. We will adjust it.
The heights are all wrong.
The heights are all wrong. We'll adjust it and make sure that everyone feels confident going into the wedding day. And then I send you on your merry way and get ready for the next day. And we are there all day on wedding day, from 9 a.m. till 2 a.m. if we have to be, supporting you and your family and your wedding party to make sure the timeline is executed.
Yeah.
We are flexible. If there's any mishaps, we make sure that you don't know that a thing goes wrong. We make sure your vendors are there on time. We communicate with them. We help execute that ceremony that we practice the day before, help the flow of the wedding day from speeches and dancing and any other special moments so that you can just be present and enjoy your day. And not only that, so your family or, your Aunt Jane who really loves decorating so that she can take a step and not be the designated wedding decorator for the family's wedding.
I am just thinking most recently, a wedding I just did. Actually, in the last 3 weddings, this is interesting that I've done in 2025. I sewed up pants, dad's pants, a groomsman's pants, and the groom's pants. Wow. 3 different weddings, but all of them had a pants fiasco. Talk about stress. Yeah. Like dad is literally worried about losing his pants walking down the aisle. And I'm like, I got this, like sewed them right in there. So these are the things, these are the minute things that on the wedding day are...
You don't realize that we're there to do that and that we have the tools to make that.
Like that. Yeah. Like without even them having to ask. I just see dad fussing with his pants and I'm like, I got this. Let me fix this. Yeah. And the things that you've mentioned, each time you would say one, I'm like, yep, that was non-negotiable for us. So, we talked about that pre-work, that design session, that setting up your vendor referrals, helping to guide you in the early days of making decisions so that we're not then trying to get you out of a situation that doesn't feel aligned. Then going into, the design, then the rehearsal. Like I have always said for my teams, the rehearsal is a non-negotiable. Yeah. We need to be there. We need to participate in some capacity at the bare minimum because that is what sets the stage and the tone for the wedding day. Like, it's trust.
It's also such a great opportunity for the planner to meet the wedding party and maybe some additional family members and say, hey, I'm Desi. Yeah. I'm going to be with you guys all day tomorrow. If you need something, come to me.
Yep.
Don't go to the couple tomorrow. Tomorrow's their day to enjoy it. I want you guys to enjoy it. So if anything happens, come to me so that they know my face.
Yep.
And they're ready for the next day to avoid bringing problems to the couple.
That's my thing. I say I have one rule, and it's tomorrow. You do not bother these two. They do not need to know that your pants are falling down. Yeah. You bring that to me, and I'll deal with it. And when they've met me or their planner and associate like a face, a voice, a confidence, suddenly like they have no problem reaching out if there's an issue. Like they text me, they come find me. And that's why I'm there. So without that, they're going to go to the couple or the families. Like it just, I know it. So rehearsal, non-negotiable. And then the day of itself is the bulk of the experience. Absolutely. We can do all the planning in the world, but what happens on the wedding day and how we're able to handle it and navigate it with you, that is the absolute meat of this package. That is what we train for, where our experience is extensive. And you can say no 2 weddings are alike. That is very true.
Very true.
But there are things that we just have experienced so frequently that for us, they're not surprising. They're not concerning that we're able to navigate them like with ease and through our connections. It just, it's not a big deal. Yeah. So while in the planning stage and the design stage, some things are, we see over and over, but there's a lot of room for creativity and trends change and it's constantly evolving. What I can definitely say is on the day of end, we know this and this is so important that we're there. And why I always like at a minimum, like the package included the wedding day. Yeah. And then we were sort of piecing it together and building from there based on, if we could just do the wedding day and then maybe we help with some light planning or maybe do full planning. Now we're just saying, this is what you need. Yeah. This is going to be the max value for a successful wedding day carrying out that fits your vision, that feels aligned, that allows you to be present, that, is an investment that you've made that you are not regretting the next day. Now, I think the couples wake up, they've they don't know what they don't know
Yeah.
about how a wedding date's supposed to go. So, at the end of the day, if we're not there, we understand like it doesn't work for everybody. And I'm by no means saying that
Yeah.
there isn't success to be had. And there's also many other great vendors out there who still offer day of coordination packages.
Absolutely.
And we will connect you with them. Like if at the end of the day, what we decided, you
Yeah.
and I, is at the end of the day, if we meet someone and this just doesn't work for their budget, we are happy to recommend them to local wedding day coordinators that
Absolutely.
we believe in. That's okay. And I think saying that was really freeing because we understand we are not for everybody and we're not going to fit everybody's budget.
Mhm.
But the weddings that we want to do are the ones where we do have this partnership and we recognize that our package is the perfect fit.
Absolutely.
Oh, again, I just say it out loud and I'm like, that's, yes, making that statement feels aligned.
And I will say too, you can be the most type A person and want to do all of this planning yourself. But a good reminder is this is probably something a lot of people have never done before.
Mm-hmm.
They've maybe seen a few people in their lives do this before and get advice from them. But this is something we do every day. And we can just be your support and calm in the chaos during the planning process. And most importantly, on the wedding day. But we are your partner and your guide through this all. This shouldn't be something that you go to do after a day of work and feel stressed out by planning. My goal is to make planning feel fun and exciting and not like another stressful part of your life because it should be fun. This is an exciting season in your life.
You should be looking forward to it.
Exactly.
And I know that's how our clients feel. Like, I couldn't wait to get on the call with you today. I knew you were going to make me feel better about this. I knew that we were going to end this with excitement. And I'm like, yes, that is what I promise you. The other thing that this decision allows us is to cap the number of weddings that we take. To say, hey, there's a finite amount of spots that we're going to open up on our calendar that will allow us to better serve each of those clients, to staff, very intentionally, to train very intentionally. And we looked at past years, numbers of weddings that we've executed, and we have a lot of data. So we were really able to drive this with data. And we said 30 weddings.
Yeah.
30 is our number. 30 signature packages is what we can do and what we believe is the right fit. And from there, when we're booked.
Yeah.
And again, that felt amazing because if you're listening as a business owner, maybe you're another wedding vendor and you're listening to this podcast, there's a sense of scarcity in, I can, I'll take anything that comes to me, right? Like any call, I'll rise to meet that and book it. But at some point, it's a diminishing return because you're undervaluing your time as a vendor. You're compromising your delivery for that client potentially with when they book you, how much you're willing to pay. And I've just had to learn the hard way. You cannot say yes to everything.
No.
So in saying like, this is the number, this is what we have capacity for, it feels like it aligns us to just give it our all.
Yeah.
And I hope too, in having that, people will recognize they need to book earlier. They need to secure us for their wedding date earlier in the process. Because the sooner you get us, the sooner you take advantage of all that we can offer in that package.
Yeah.
So like you said, we're looking at really commencing working together at that year out, like really diving in.
Absolutely.
But we are expecting people are going to be booking up to 18 months out. That's the range I see. Like 18 months to a year is that like, yeah, I want to sign on. I know I'm going to be needing you. I want to get things like moving forward. And then at 1 year, we kick it into high gear.
Yep.
You've probably booked your venue. We've navigated through that with you. Maybe a few of your key vendors prior, but more than a year out, it is challenging to like really zone in on some key details. And so this is our guidance.
Yeah.
We've done this so many times that we can truly say like optimal timeline to make decisions is this. And that's science backed. That's like experience backed. And if you're booking us somewhere in that 18 months to 1 year out, We really kick it into high gear at 1 year. You're going to get the max value of your investment in the package. I'm not saying that if you come to us 6 months out, 3 months out, and we have room, that we won't work with you. Of course, like we will. We're just going to have to adapt how much time we're putting into that. And because we have one package, we're going to be able to say, okay, you get this from us in a condensed time frame, no problem.
Yeah.
That's the other aspect that I just felt really good about. And not overextending, and to say, yeah, we can give you everything.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh my goodness. Good. It feels good, right? I don't think we've talked about this a single time where we haven't left being like, yep.
No. It's scary, but it's a good kind of scary. I mean, any kind of business decision scary, especially when you're cutting down on what you're offering, but we're not cutting down on what we're offering. We're offering more, but less.
Yeah. We're deciding. We're deciding what works best for us so that we can work best for the people that choose us. Yeah. And that there's a lot of power in that, a lot of power in that decision making. And so we're anxious to start talking to people about the signature package. Like I said at the top of the episode, we've been quietly rolling it out. We've been updating our website, starting to change our social media to reflect this move. But this is the most that we've talked about it yet on the podcast, and really saying it out loud. And we're going to continue to do so because it is, again, re-educating our client, re-educating other vendors. What do you do exactly, right? Like wedding planner, what does that mean? We know what it means now. We 100% know exactly what it means. And that confidence is what we hope our clients are attracted to as well. So if you're listening and you're planning a wedding, most likely you are, or you're in the wedding industry, we just want you to hear from us just our enthusiasm about this change and how much we believe in it. And we hope that it resonates, that hearing this conversation resonates with people listening, and or they share it with, their kids, or they're sharing it with their friends and saying, hey, really think this is be perfect for your wedding. I think these are your people, and send them our way, because that's our goal with the podcast, is just to get in front of people in a new way that resonates. Yeah. So if you're hearing this and you're thinking, I could really use that, or my friends or my family, send them our way. Shoot us a message through our website, reach out on social media, set up a consultation. We're still doing our complimentary consultations to make sure we are the right fit and that this is the right package for you. And we'll be honest if we don't think it is. That's important. And just, spread the word. Spread the word. Like, we're doing something bold here. We can't wait to make it happen. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, quick episode today. We wanted to share this with our podcast audience really first. And again, we're here for you in any capacity to answer your questions about wedding planning, to be your guides through the podcast. And in that way, we show up regardless of our package with you. We want to still be able to continue this work. Let me end with that. That was a big part of the decision too, is if we were limiting the number of weddings that we were committing to, it opened up time for us to do the podcast and other ways to serve the broader wedding community. And that's a passion of mine. I want to be able to share my extensive knowledge with more people. And in order to do that, I need to spend my intense time with less people. So that I should definitely end with, we're going to continue to produce episodes. We're in our 3rd season of the podcast, and there's more to come. We are working on some other really exciting things behind the scenes that will be rolling out in 2026. So that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the True North Weddings podcast. We hope this has been interesting, useful, enlightening, just all the things for you today. And if you did enjoy the episode, or it sparked that someone you love might enjoy it too, please share it with them. follow us, like the podcast, all the things. Leave us a review. It's all helpful. And we hope you'll tune into the next episode where we'll be talking all things wedding related and in the True North. So thanks again for listening, and we'll be back again with the next episode soon. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the True North Weddings podcast. I hope today's conversation has filled your heart with inspiration and excitement for your journey down the aisle. Remember, love is the compass that guides us all, and I'm here to help you navigate that every step of the way. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on your favorite podcast platform. And until next time, keep following your true north. And if you need a little bit more help along the way, you can always find me at truenorthweddingsduluth.com. Remember, just by listening to this podcast, you're already pointed in the right direction.